Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you from Lagos. A reminder of our major stories tonight. It's a new phase of Operation Lafia Dole as Nigerian Army begins de-radicalization of captured and repentant insurgents in the northeast. Experts from the WHO and the Federal Ministry of Health obtained samples from a child suspected of poliomyelitis in Cross River State for confirmation. Our focus tonight shifts to the judiciary in continuation of our 2016 review. And Gambian Army Chief backs President Yahya Jammeh amidst rumour of the President-elect's well-being. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our website channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. You can also watch us on the go on your mobile device. Log on to m.channelstv.com or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. I'd like to remind you, having the Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You also have the Eyewitness feature, so that you too can be part of the news. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu and follow the instructions to share those pictures, videos or news or happenings around you. A team of experts from the WHO who obtained samples from a child suspected to have poliovirus in Cross River State for testing and confirmation. This was made known by the Director General of Cross River State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Betta Edu, who has insisted the Cross River State remains polio-free until the samples taken confirm otherwise.
Cross River State is polio-free. A lot has been done and a lot is still being done. Yesterday, I was back at Ekbeniki in person and we saw the child in question, equally examined that child, and that child, from what we saw clinically, has some form of course, the child is suffering from clubfoot. We have taken samples from that child, and the samples, as we speak, have arrived Ibadan. Those samples collected from the child would, of course, be looked at, and the results sent back within a week.
The claim by the Cross River State government is being corroborated by the federal government. According to the incident manager of the National Polio Emergency Operations Center, Dr. Usman Adamu, the suspected case in Cross River State has been clinically diagnosed to be a deformity known as clubfoot. In a telephone interview, Dr. Adamu said there was no need to take sample from the child, as the first polio diagnosis process revealed that the child's leg was not flaccid, but a deformity that happened soon after the child was born. He enjoins everyone in the state not to panic, as no polio case has been recorded. It is no longer news that the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, will be officially closed for 6 weeks to enable repair works on its runway. What's new, however, is the federal government's plan to inject 1 billion naira into the completion of the Kaduna Airport terminal, which is to serve as the alternative while the Abuja airport is closed. Aviation Minister Senator Hadi Sirika disclosed this to State House correspondents after the council meeting today. Our correspondent Chukwuma Onekusi reports.
Two major approvals that border on safety of lives and property take center stage as President Muhammadu Buhari and his cabinet officials meet for the very first time in the new year. Could have believed that the last time firefighting equipment were bought in this country was in 1996. Perhaps that's why firefighters are always caught napping anytime there is fire outbreak. The sum of 4.6 billion naira will be spent on that from the 2016 budget.
I went around their stations and I discovered, surprisingly, that the dearth of fire service equipment. And with our experiences in fire incidences all over the country, we discovered that such a situation shouldn't longer hold.
The completion of the Kaduna Airport Terminal building has become important, especially with the announcement by the Aviation Minister that the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja will be shut for 6 weeks.
I think it's very important to inform you that whether we shut this runway now or we don't, the runway is on its way shutting itself. And you're all witnesses to how Port Harcourt shut itself. Port Harcourt was folding like a mat, was caving like a deep gully erosion, and the fan was busy patching it. Until one night, it gave up. It is with great pains that we would have to resort to diverting traffic. If it were a case where the surface of the runway is bad, maybe the asphalt, we wouldn't have to close the airport. We'll be working at night. Close it maybe at 10 p.m. and open it at 6 or thereabout. And then we walk. But the entire structure of the runway has failed. The runway was designed for 20 years to cater for not more than 100,000 passengers per annum. Today, it's doing over 5 million passengers per annum and is there for 34 years. So it's gone 14 years in excess of design age.
Council believes that the focus is on safety, assuring that Nigerians will soon see a lot of improvement in the aviation sector. Chukuma Onwekusi, Channels Television News.
In a separate development, a female worker at the State House in Abuja is reported to have sustained injury after a gun belonging to one of the security operatives went off. The incident, which happened at the administrative reception, was said to have occurred when the security official was attempting to empty the weapon. He is also said to have sustained injury. The female worker is said to be currently recuperating at the State House Medical Center in Asokoro. Staying in Abuja, here's Linda Akibe now with more on the news at 10. Hi, Linda.
Hello, Amarachi. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says it is studying an investigative report submitted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, alleging that some INEC staff collected money from politicians during the 2015 elections. The Commission's Director of Voter Education and Publicity, Mr. Wole Osazeuzi, told Channels Television that indicted members of staff may face criminal prosecution and disciplinary action. He said the Commission welcomes the opportunity to show that it would not tolerate wrongdoing by any of its officials.
As you're aware, the EFCC has been conducting investigations into the alleged complicity of some INEC staff in issues of collecting sums of money allegedly from politicians, And they had written over the last few months requesting to interview some of these named staff, and that the Commission has considered to releasing the staff to the EFCC. But they've availed us of a report, and that report has been studied to see whether any staff have been indicted, and all those staff who have been indicted, I guess some may face criminal prosecution.
Meanwhile, the Electoral Commission has pledged to cooperate with the Special Joint Investigative Panel set up by the Inspector General of Police on the violence that almost marred the rerun election in Rivers State. The INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, during a meeting with members of the panel, explained that the Commission has also set up an administrative panel to review the rerun election. Our correspondent, Larry Lasisi, reports.
A lot has been said about the recent rerun election in Rivers State. Weeks after the election, the chairman and members of the Special Joint Investigative Panel set up by the police to review that election are here to meet with the chairman and officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission. Welcoming them, the INEC chairman says the commission will support the panel. He informs them that the commission is also reviewing the election.
On our own as a commission, we have also set up an administrative review of what transpired in Rivers, so that where our staff are found to be culpable, we will deal with the situation.
The chairman recalled past collaboration with the police that led to the prosecution of 40 electoral offenders.
Since the 2015 general elections and the run elections in 2016, we have received 120 case files from the police. And I'm happy to say that we have so far recorded 61 successful prosecutions as a result of the cooperation with the security agencies. The biggest one came after the disruption of the April 2016 rerun election in Kano State, in a state constituency in Minjibir local government, when over 40 offenders were successfully prosecuted in a joint effort between the Commission and the security agencies, the highest number of prosecutions that the Commission has ever achieved.
After the meeting, the chairman of the panel says the investigation is going smoothly.
Well, they will hear from the Inspector General of Police, who constituted the panel at the end of the day. We are progressing very well.
Now, a lot of Nigerians will be looking forward to the findings of this panel as the country continues to strive to ensure that future elections are violence-free and credible. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
The Ekiti State Governor, Ayo Fayose, is accusing the All Progressives Congress of plans to remove him from office before his tenure expires in October 2018. According to Mr. Fayose, the party is working towards filing a fresh suit against him over the June 2014 Ekiti State governorship election already decided on by the Supreme Court. He told journalists in Lagos that this plot follows his refusal to defect to the APC and remains silent as a leading opposition voice in the country.
I allege that certain APC chieftains were again making moves to manipulate and compromise a section of the judiciary, particularly some judges, to get through the back door what they failed severally to achieve against me through the ballot box, as well as in open court, even in matters already decided by the Supreme Court. A concocted fresh suit is being rehearsed and wished to be filed against me any moment from now.
Security operatives today raided the Abuja residence of a man identified as a brother to former First Lady Patience Jonathan. The house is located in the Maitama area of the nation's capital, Abuja. Although the spokesperson for the police has not confirmed the incident, there were reports the police officers in uniform carried out the raid. The reason for the raid has also not been disclosed. Now, when the news at 10 returns, Nigeria's finance ministry to reverse withholding tax plan on building and construction activities in the country. That's some business news. Please join us again.